Hi, this video is for the IT 386 3D modeling class for spring 2021. My name's Eric Nusessian. I've been teaching in the IT department for several years now, and this is one of the classes that I've been teaching, and it's connected to the game development program. So we're gonna try. Over the years, we've iterated and tried different styles in the class. Right now, on the IT side, anyway, this is our only class that's specific to 3D computer graphics. Also, note that there is a graphics programming class also being offered in IT this semester. So we are getting new faculty on board, and we're growing the topics in this area and the related areas. So ultimately, this IT 386 class is called 3D modeling and animation, but those topics are too big to cover in one class. So this class will need to be broken up into a series of classes. So one class focus on an introduction to 3D computer graphics. What are the content packages like? What are the game engines like? Since this is within the game development program, we look at the real time workflows. So, for example, let me just open up Sketchfab real quick. We look at how to create 3D models and animations that can be played for real time applications. So, either over the web, on AR, VR, virtual reality, augmented reality headsets, on gaming consoles, or on computers for simulation needs or gaming needs or what have you. But if you notice here, this website is like the premier site for displaying 3D models for artists and businesses and what have you. But notice I'm actually clicking, dragging, and I'm rotating this 3D model. So the rendering is being updated in real time. And I thought maybe I could scroll the wheel and zoom in and out. But let me just like try to let's look at a sword. Normally, we start making game props in here, and swords are part of it. So let's look at this one. What I wanted to show you is that besides rotating, you can zoom in and out. You can switch the textures. So you notice how I can zoom in and out. I can rotate the object around its center point. I'm the kind of the observer camera, and so I can move in and out. And I'm always focused up on the center of the sword. And yes, this is some of the stuff I wanted to see. So I don't have 2D view. Let's turn on the wireframe and see if I can turn off the material. Okay, that's kind of helpful. So if I zoom in on a curvy part, and I'm going to turn the wireframe on and off, notice that there's these lines that appear, and this shows the topography, or the edges, the vertices, how it was built. So notice the straight parts don't have as many lines, the curvy parts have more lines. You'll be learning all of this as an intro to 3D. So this class is just on modeling because it breaks down into modeling, UVing, texturing, materials, and then how to deal with the game engine, Unity, and Unreal. So for the 3D content package, we'll be using Autodesk Maya. For the texturing part, we'll be using Adobe Substance. And for game engines, we'll show you how to bring it together and connect it into Unreal and in Unity. Now, all these packages are free, and they have educator and student licenses, and we'll show you how to download them, and links are in the Canvas page. But I just want to show you what to think of as you're going to approach this class. So look at the more detailed area, like where this dragon head is. Look at all these lines. So each area where lines hit each other, that's going to be a vertex or a point defined with an X, Y, and Z coordinate. And then all these lines, you need at least 3 or 4 edges to define a polygon or a shape, and that gets rendered to the screen. So I just wanted to show you that this is a live 3D model that's being rendered in real time. You can examine it. You can look at the textures on it, which will be the substance workflow. Wireframe. This is probably better to show without the confusing other colors. But if I zoom out, notice it's just the grayscale object, and all the black lines are the edges, and you can see as the edges come together, they form squares most of the time. You can look and see sometimes triangles are formed, but that's it. We don't deal with anything past triangles and squares for rendering to the monitor. The rest is called n-gons, and that's it's not considered proper workflow to have those. We'll get into vertices later, but I really just want to show you that this is a real 3D model that we're changing at runtime. So something sword game prop. So I just wanted to show you the flip side to it is the 2D graphics rendering. So this is kind of something similar to it. So this is just a rendering of the 3D object. You can't move it. It's baked out to a texture. You can only look at it as if it was just a 2D image. So this is the difference between doing like a using these 3D models for a like media format, for animation, movie special effects, rendered images like this. That's one workflow, and you'll be able to do that. You'll get the skills in this class, but what we are primarily looking at is real-time workflows. So how to use these 3D models on the web or in game engines that they can be interacted on, changed by the user. All right, so that's the essence of this class. We have 3 projects. This is the syllabus. So the semester is really 14 weeks, but you can think of it, we'll have 3 sprints or 3 projects, and you follow along with us. And at the end of these 5 weeks, 5 weeks for sprint 1, 5 weeks for sprint 2, and really it's 4 weeks for sprint 3, just due to the length of the semester. You will follow us and then deliver. You will go from Maya to Substance to whatever your game engine of choice is, Unreal or Unity. Show us all your project files, describe what you've done, and get graded and move on. So we start from a simple 3D asset to a more intermediate and to more advanced. So we just keep cycling on our skill sets to hopefully get you to be able to leave class where you're independent enough. You understand all the terminology, all the theory, all the practical workflows, and all these packages where you could just keep going out to YouTube or Pluralsight or whatever you have access to and just keep growing your skill sets if you choose to outside this class. Now, this is just one class that we've been serving up over the years. You know, we're trying to grow it as well as the gaming program, and a lot more faculties come on board. So these are actually look like they're really into the works where we'll have much more, I guess, intermediate topics in 3D computer graphics. I'll say that. But for now, you'll be making objects that go into the game world. And each project is worth 1/3 of your grade. So just 33%. Just be on time. Basically, there's lectures and then for each of the weeks, and then we kind of leave you alone to really hone in on that last week to really finish up your project. So I am going to try something a little different this semester. I'm going to introduce an old work buddy of mine, Chris. He's an excellent top end 3D modeler, tech artist. He works in the Unreal game engine here in New Jersey with the his employer's Wise Engineering. This is his portfolio site, and if you're interested, mine's listed as well. So in the past, I've tried using Maya, I've tried using Blender, I've tried using just modeling straight in the game engine. So Unity has plugins or assets that allow users to make quick models and textures right inside the game engine. Usually the workflow is you create stuff in content packages, content software, and then you get your files over into the game engine. I've also tried Houdini. which is another type of content package more focused on procedural or programmatic workflows. And I think the package is amazing, and it's really being pushed in the gaming industry because procedural workflows mean you can just create so much more massive variations and amounts of content than you could with a more hand-based workflow, a more manual workflow. Um, and all of them have had ranges of success. But this is an interesting situation where the class is going to be online. And since we're going to look at revamping the curriculum anyway, I'm going to look into bringing somebody who does this full time for their employment and see what type of workflows they bring into the class and see what the students think of it and see if we should continue in this way in the future. Maya is a great program. It's standard. The link for it is right here. Standard in the industry. It's a great thing to learn. It focuses on 3D modeling and animation workflows. Where was it? Let's see if I can click it real quick. And Unity and Unreal we've always used in our classes. IT is mostly dominantly Unity, and the DD side is mostly dominant Unreal. But what's new is that Substance is a new addition this year. I've never used it because you always have to pay for it. But basically, you make stuff in this Maya package, which, as you can see, is very expensive professionally. So it's great that you have access to it free. And then you're going to learn how to bring the models into Substance, which is there's two parts of it. One makes the procedural textures in this kind of no-based programming style. And then the second one, you can see the little nodes right here coming together, and ultimately you get this type of texture file that looks like this on a sphere. And then what you're going to be learning more is not the simpler tool, but you'll have access to a wide variety of substances, and you'll use a more artist or easier to approach texturing tool. So you basically have all these libraries and all these substances available to you, and you kind of select parts of your model that you want to be metal or wood or plastic or skin or whatever the object is that you're making. And it's an easy approach for artists or new people to get very hyper realistic and amazing looking 3D models. And so you'll be learning this, and this is Substance is definitely an industry standard, and it's great that I just learned that it's free for our students and educators recently. So this is what I'm going to be most interested to see what Chris brings into the classroom with Substance, and seeing if this is something that we should grow as a program. So the pipeline is going to be Maya, the Substance, to then either Unity or Unreal. And we teach all the software and all the workflows as we go. So it's basically like you follow us each week, right? So we start off sprint 1, week 1, sprint 1, week 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to ask you to deliver the project. We'll have a sample project and we'll show you how we would like it delivered. And then you get graded, and then we go to sprint 2, week 1, 2, 3. We have spring break. 4, 5, do your deliverable, drop another series of assets that you'll create. Then move on to sprint 3, which only has 4 weeks. And then we end on May 9th. So I have you do deliverables on that Sunday at the end of the week at midnight, or 11:59 p.m. So just stay very regular in the class. We're going to go at a nice slow pace, but every week there's several hours to get through. And the problem is, if you walk away from the class for a few weeks, you're going to have a really tough time with it. So the good news is we cycle every sprint, right? So even if you falter one sprint, or you walk away from the class, or something happens, or you just don't get it, we start again the next sprint and do the whole cycle over again. So I'm going to be sending out actually in the announcement, I'm going to be sending out an announcement in the class, and that's how I'm going to use verification of presence. I'm going to ask you to email back and tell me that you understand. I'm going to write out basically a very brief summary of what this video is saying. And I'm going to ask you to join this Discord server. So this is going to be the quickest way for you to get help throughout the day, or I'm sorry, throughout the week. We have a general channel, just general class questions, project help you can post here. And if you want to just talk basics about Unity, Unreal, Maya, or Substance, you have some channels there. So post up here, and Chris or myself, or maybe other students who are able to, will help you. And that's all the help during the week. Now, Chris will be offering project help in addition to Discord. Right now, I have to confirm with him, but I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after work at 6 to 7 p.m. And I will be in the class if you need to talk to me about the class, if you need help on the projects as well. And that will be Tuesday, 2:30 to 4. So I'm only in that first half of the class since we have the Discord server running and since Chris is offering help on these evenings. And you should be really watching and following along and doing the project work in the videos and only coming to class time if you need lab or class help. So there's no attendance. You're not required to come to class, but you must follow the videos and do the project work for that week. And the point is that you'll get stuck and then come to lab time. So try to get done with all the videos. Stay ahead of a week. So we'll start up week 1. We'll go a little bit lighter, and so hopefully in week 2, when the videos are up, you'll be able to do that by the end of this week. So to prep for the following Tuesday's class. So for weekly web conferences with either myself or with Chris, here's the link for it. For the Discord server, here's the link for it. Here's the syllabi. Here's our portfolio sites. And here's the times. And remember, class is not mandatory. This is a lecture video. Do your work and then come for help in either Discord or the conference times listed. And I think that's enough for now. I'm going to send out an announcement email. I'm going to let you know that you need to watch this video, which will be posted up under week 1, in addition to Chris's videos. And I'm going to ask you to join the Discord server, and I'm going to ask you to email me back, reply back on the announcement I'm going to send out that you'll get in your email, that you've read it, and you understand what's going on in this class, which starts tomorrow at 2:30. All right, so all the videos will be up by then. And I'm just going to ask you to watch the videos, and then you have all of these contact points with myself and with Chris. Discord server, myself 2:30 to 4, Chris Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 to 7. All right, thank you.